I am nothing if not a sucker for all things Nintendo 64. It was my first console ever, and it is my favorite console ever. I mean, it's probably got the nostalgia factor, to be fair, with me, but I don't care. It's great. It's got great games, Banjo-Kazooie, Super Mario 64, even like random obscure games that maybe very few people have heard about, like Body Harvest. Has anyone ever heard of that game? I mean, that was like that game actually shook me to my core when I was a kid. I was very petrified of that game. But anyway, I'm getting ahead of myself. With me being a sucker for N64, it kind of makes me nervous that maybe what I heard just now is an early April Fool's joke, but I looked into it. I don't think that it is. Things are about to get very, very good for the Nintendo 64 Recompilation community. They were already good, but now they're going to get very, very good. Things are actually going to like genuinely take off for that community in 2025. Now, it turns out that community actually has like an official name. Yeah, there's like an official project called N64 Recompiled. It is led by a person called Wiseguy. Now, Wiseguy just had an interview that was released yesterday on a website called Read Only Memo. He was interviewed by Wes Fenlon, and yeah, it does not look like things are bad by any means for the Nintendo 64 recompilation community. Things are going to get very big, very fast. Even just last year, we saw a lot of different games get recompiled. I remember Banjo-Kazooie actually got fully recompiled back in August of last year, just a few months ago, and well, now things are going to get even crazier. So in this interview, great stuff was revealed by Wiseguy. He even said that in the next few weeks, he'll be rolling out a very big update that's going to kind of like change the way that modders can, well, mod games that are fully recompiled. So obviously, like I was saying with Banjo-Kazooie, that game's fully recompiled, games like that. And if you're kind of lost here, essentially when a game is recompiled, that means that it is extremely easy to do things in that game, because with the recompilation, you've basically cracked the code of the game itself. So even with that, yeah, Wiseguy is going to release a mod that's going to be very big just in the next few weeks. I would assume that means probably early or mid-April. He goes on to say that basically this mod that's rolling out in April is going to make it so that a single mod file can be compatible with an x86 PC or ARM system, and that was the less technical way of explaining it, and even I don't really understand exactly what that means. I believe it just means that, yeah, things are going to get very easy to make mods in these games that are fully recompiled, and they are soon going to add Mac or Apple support to this modding. I'm sure there's not like a ton of people that are excited about that, but I'm sure there are a few Apple heads out there. Is that what people call Apple heads? No, I don't know, but I'm sure there's a person watching this on a Mac that is pretty stoked to hear that, and it also sounds like performance is going to get a very, very, very big boost. Essentially, it's going to be easier to get like 4K graphics that run at 60 frames per second on even a lower end GPU. So if you're somebody like me that has like a poor man's laptop here, well, you're in luck. And they even talk about the Steam Deck. Yeah, the Mac is not the only one getting support here. The Steam Deck is too. A lot of these games are going to perform very well on the Steam Deck. So yeah, this is all just very, very good stuff. I've talked about it before, but basically decompiling and recompiling games, especially like N64 games, it's not easy by any means, but it is slowly but surely happening as we know it. Kind of depends on like how many people are dedicated to these projects, but I mean, they can take years. I'm sure there are different decompiler tools that come out, every now and then that make things easier. I have no doubt that eventually down the road, certain tools are going to come out where it's just going to be only a matter of time before every single Nintendo 64 game is decompiled and recompiled. I have to look that up, by the way. How many N64 games are there? Anyone want to take a guess? Anybody? I actually have no idea. Yeah, don't look it up and tell me that you knew the answer. Like, actually, it would be cool if somebody actually knew that. I'm going to look it up, though. Oh, 388. Okay, for some reason, I was thinking like 600. I guess it was only half of that. Yeah, so minus the Japanese wow, I didn't even know there were that many Japanese exclusives. But minus those, yeah, you got 303 in the US. Even with those Japanese exclusives, which I will now definitely look up because I'm curious what those are, I easily think that, yeah, it is only a matter of time before all 388 of these games are torn apart and put back together. In other words, basically recompiled, which makes it even more exciting that we are now hearing from Wiseguy that in the year 2025, 2025, it sounds like fully recompiled games are going to get a huge boost in a lot of different ways, and well, that's probably just the start of it. As the years go on, things will only get better, but I think 2025 is the start of something very big for this community.